My name is Lucky Ayasi. I'm a fashion designer, though I'm a journalist by profession turned fashion designer. I'm from Edo State. I reside in Nasarawa State, Akwanga to be precise. But currently, my profession, I'm working in Minna, Niger State. My journey in fashion designing, I think it started right from small, though I was not conscious of it. I was always very particular about what I put on. So I think it started from when I was small, but officially it started after I graduated from school. After my compulsory 1-year youth service, I was pushed into the labor market. And when I entered the labor market, when we were in school, they were telling us that, unemployment, it's hard to get a job and everything. So we did not actually realize how real it was till when we actually entered. So when I entered the labor market, just like your average graduate, I was up and about looking for a job with my CV. I went to Abuja, I went to Punch newspaper, actually went to Daily Trust. I submitted my CV, and I was waiting for the call, but that call did not come. So I think the journey started when I actually decided to go to Minna, because I graduated from Federal Polytechnic Bida, close to Minna. So I wanted to go and process my original results. So when I went to my school, they told me I had to wait for like a week. So I decided to stay back in Minna and wait for the results. While I was in Minna, I was staying with a friend. And I now thought, instead of going back to Akwanga where I reside, why not look for something to do? So in the process, I actually got employed as a private school teacher. I was a teacher in a private school. I taught English and literature. While I was there, I now realized something. I was being paid 20,000 naira per month. And I realized before my salary comes, I would have started calling some of my friends back in Akwanga, telling them to borrow me money. Several times I called a very close friend of mine. I needed money to buy food. She sent 5,000 naira. So I realized the pattern. Before I get paid, I was already in debt. And I did not like that situation. I think the real game changer came for me when I was in my room sitting one day, and there was a neighbor of mine. He was also a teacher, an older man. He was talking to his wife and quarreling with his wife, and they were arguing about money. And I was like, how will I continue living like this? This is a job I'm doing, and before they get to the end of the month, I'm already looking for somebody to borrow me money. I was not actually happy with the situation. So I now thought, what is it that I can do? What value can I actually give that I'll get paid for? What is my passion? What is it that I love? So I was now thinking, and I prayed over it. And while I was praying, I was juggling between fashion designing and carpentry, so furniture making. So I was juggling. I actually also consider them solar installation of solar panels. So there were some ideas in my head. So I prayed over it, and when God just revealed that my path is geared towards fashion designing. I spoke to my pastor. They made some research, and long story short, I actually enrolled here, and it's been a journey, a wonderful journey. Normally, the society often detects to us what paths we have to follow. And back then, there was this narrative that the future is in renewable energy. That's the future, since epileptic power supply in the country. So people were saying, if you go into solar, you're making a lot of money. Some people were saying in carpentry, carpenters and furniture makers are making quite a sum, while others are saying fashion designing. So then what was actually propelling me then was money. What area will I go into that will actually fetch money? Then I got to realize it's not just all about the money. It's what I'm actually interested in, what I'm passionate, what I love doing. So I now reflected, I was like, furniture making. if I go into furniture making, is this something I love doing? Is this something I'll love doing even if I don't get paid for it? I reflected and I didn't think so. I now reflected on solar energy. I was like, do I actually love installing solar panel, or is it just something I want to go into for the money just to make it? I now reflected, I was like, no. So I prayed over it and I got to realize that this fashion thing, because even before I got into fashion designing, I love outfits, like especially traditional attires like what I'm wearing right now. So I loved to, my tailors they were making money off me literally. So I was like, instead of me paying them to actually sew for me, why don't I actually go into it myself and actually enjoy the process at the same time, get paid for it? So that was what propelled me. Fashion is a very interesting occupation. It's very interesting in the sense that it's not a straitjacket occupation where they say you must do this, you must do that, you must follow this, you must follow that. It's very flexible. One thing I love about fashion designing is you can change the narrative. If they say, if you want to make an outfit, for instance, you can decide to make the sleeve a certain length. You can decide to make the pocket design in a certain way to just your personality, to your taste. So there's no rigid rule. So it's a very creative work in the sense that you can get inspired from different things, different ways, and different experiences.
You know, before you cut any style, the first thing to do is to determine the quantity of fabric that you need for such style. From the first day Lucky joined this academy, it was really amazing because I see the passion, I see the desire. At the end of the day, I didn't just consider him as somebody who I'm training, but I consider him as my personal PA. In fact, he follows every move. He's always interested in seeing whatever I'm doing. He never wants to miss any class at all. And because he has passion for it, one good thing about him is he always wants to learn ahead. Whenever we have a class, Lucky will go online, browse, and even come back to me and show me a video that, Oga, this is what I saw. I just see exactly what you are doing. But I think other people are also doing this method. So when I see, I say, Lucky, I like the way you are going about this. I really want you to go on with this.
When it comes to cutting, I think I've gotten to that professional state, and it didn't just happen. It took consistency, sleepless nights, online videos, YouTube, tutorial videos, practice, pieces. Sometimes I had to get lining so that I would cut and practice. So it took a hell lot of sacrifice. Before I could actually beat my chest and say I am very good at cutting, it took almost a year plus. So if for that potential fashion designer who wants to go into fashion and he thinks maybe after 2 weeks or 3 weeks he will know everything about fashion, cutting and everything, it's a lie. It takes time and it takes sacrifice. Fashion is a very complex skill. Even aside cutting, even sewing, there are instances where there was a time I got a work from a customer. He gave me fabric. I attempted cutting on my own. I actually destroyed the fabric because I didn't get the measurement right. I had to go to the market and get a new fabric, and this is a fabric I got almost close to 10,000 naira. I had to buy it again because I destroyed the initial fabric he gave me. So I had to go to the market, get a new fabric and bring it to my boss to help me with the cutting. As a fashion designer, in the next couple of years, I plan to have a fashion house, like a fashion house. Now we're currently running on a shop level. I believe we can go global more than that. And specifically, I want to have a fashion house with hundreds, if not thousands of tailors working for me. So quality clothing, quality designs, quality work, and you get your prompt response. And we'll have branches in different states. So I think we want to go national, if not international. So I think that's the dream. In a couple of years, by God's grace, I believe I'm going to achieve it.